Today I'm fixing up a guitar that I found in the trash a few weeks ago. Here it is. This guitar needs a lot of work. However, it actually plugs in and plays. So I don't know why somebody threw this out. But basically what I'm going to be doing is cleaning it up. I got to take the stickers off, which might take a while. I'm also just going to deep clean it. And, we'll see if any other issues come up, like what's under the stickers or whatever. So anyway, so let's get started first by taking the strings off, and then we're going to try to get the stickers off. Whoever put these on did it wrong. They didn't wind it around. They just stuck it in and turned it like half a turn. Now they're coming out this side okay. I don't know why someone would throw this away, especially since it actually works. Next thing we're going to do is remove the stickers. I just have a regular hair dryer, set it to hot, high, and the stickers should loosen up within probably 30 seconds or a minute. We shall see though. Some of them might be tougher to get out, and there is duct tape on here too, so let's hope for the best. Getting hot. Let's try it on low. They're actually coming off easier than I expected. This is good. Guess I spoke too soon. These ones are leaving residue. Yeah, these types of stickers are coming off easier. The ones on the bottom of the body, not so much. I think I'm gonna have to get creative scraping this stuff off. We'll come back to this. Let me do the back side. Yeah, the guitar definitely is feeling a bit hot. But what else? What was I to expect? So there's some residue, of course, from the stickers. You can't get it all away just by the hairdryer. We'll do a combination of maybe scraping some stuff off and just cleaning it. I don't know if this duct tape's covering something, or they just made a makeshift strap lock. I suspect this will be pretty easy. I'm just going to now remove all the tape or stickers or whatever from the frets. There's definitely some residue from a lot of this stuff. We will fix the problems one at a time as they occur. By the way, I don't know what I'm going to do with this guitar once it is all cleaned up. You guys let me know in the comments what you think I should do with it. I'll do the best I can picking it off, but we're probably gonna have to scrape after some time. Alright, now I'm gonna try scraping stuff off. I got an old gift card. If it was a really nice guitar, I'd be probably a little more careful about this, but yeah, if I get the corner into the sides, then it comes off pretty easy. This is gonna take a while. You probably don't want to use anything metal for this because it could scratch and remove some paint. This is dull enough that it'll work. And it is working, and it's not really doing too much damage. I'm wearing down the corners of this thing. I got an idea. I'm gonna use some guitar cleaner and just spray it on there, and hopefully the moisture kind of loosens it up more. Let's start the cleaning process. This is going to be a lot of repetition, I think. So I'll handle that a little bit after, but let me clean some of the other stuff while that soaks in. All right, let's try these now. Oh yeah. Get it wet and then it kind of just slips back off. Well, that's working wonders. Good idea. Yeah, that did a nice job of just getting it slippery, and it's safe for guitar finishes. Of course, this is guitar polish and cleaner. I'm gonna let this stuff soak a bit more, and then we'll come back and scrape off the residue. I hope it works, but we'll see. All right, it's soaked in for a couple minutes. Let's try just kind of scraping off some residue. This section seems to be the worst. It was already chipped a bit here. If I chip it a little more, I'm not really afraid of it, but if you had a really nice guitar, yeah, I would just say be extra careful. I'm probably gonna have to do a couple rounds of this, make some progress, and then find the parts that are still kind of sticky and go over them again. It's definitely loosening this stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a lot better. I think I got probably 80% of it. I'm gonna actually soak some of the spots again for a longer time. All right, let's let it sit for like 10 minutes. All right, I let it sit for about 20 minutes, I think. Let's see if this stuff scrubs off any easier. I got a sponge now, which I'll use the gritty side. It's coming off slowly. I might introduce a little bit of water as well, as needed. Now I'll just dry it off quickly after. It's not so much that the stuff is still there, it just feels like dry in that spot. I will give it another cleaning later. Okay, for now, that's gonna be good. So I cleaned the back too. I didn't think you guys needed to see the front and the back cleaning. It's all the same kind of stuff. The stickers on the back weren't that bad. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna attempt to clean the frets with this. So I'm gonna spray it, let it soak into the frets, or the fretboard, I should say. I'm gonna be generous because it's quite dirty. You wouldn't normally use it that much of this stuff, but screw it. So that stuff's gonna soak in. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean the frets themselves with some steel wool, quadruple zero. And I have these slotted things that you put over the frets so that you don't scratch the fretboard. This one's for most of the frets, and this one's just for the small ones. While I do that, I'm gonna cover up the pickups so that the steel wool doesn't get into the electronics. We just do something like this. The frets don't look that bad, but compared to the next one. The frets aren't that worn. It doesn't need to be fret dressed, which is always good, especially for a used guitar. It's all getting wet, I'll just dry it off later. I can see some of the stains on the fretboard kind of loosening up. Alright. So it's soaked in. Now we're going to do it while the stuff is wet. Let's see what happens. We can always do it more times too. I'm also going to try some of this stuff on the fretboard. It's wax and it also cleans. Let it kind of sit in there. Okay, let's try to rub some of the stuff out. So this stays wet, so you kind of want to let it set in and then maybe try to wipe off some of the excess afterwards. This looks like it's doing a pretty good job though. So it's all there. I'm gonna let it set for a couple minutes. As long as I got this stuff out, I'm gonna use some of it on the body too. Might help loosen up some of those spots where it's kind of dry. Usually you only need a couple drops, but because this is a trash can guitar, I'm being a little more liberal with the cleaning stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, this doesn't feel dry anymore. The Axe wax will take care of that. Now this isn't perfect, but I'm quite happy with this. The next thing we're gonna do is take care of this pesky pickup that fell through. What I'm gonna do is take the whole pickguard off and then reattach it. I see that the spring is in there right here, so I gotta reattach that. Well, let's just get it going. We're not gonna unscrew the pickups though. Everything else we'll take off. A couple of screws in the wood there. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, all I really want to do is attach this back. I need to get screws and maybe some other stuff. Alright, I was lucky enough to find a couple screws in my house that look just right. And also I was lucky enough to find both springs that will go on the inside of the pickup. So let's screw this pickup back into place. Screw in the hole, spring like a this, and into that hole. I'll screw it a few turns in, and I'm gonna do the other side just to make sure they both attach. Get it about where the other one is. Looks about good. Screw it in. That was easier than I expected, actually. There we go. It's all put back together. So for practical purposes, it's usable now. However, I want to address the bridge. So it's like coated in something, like, I don't know if it's marker or paint, but whatever it is, I'm gonna take the saddles off and then kind of scratch the stuff off so that it's silver again, or chrome. Because I did a little bit here just to make sure that it would work, and it did. Of course, I'm gonna have to intonate this after I do this, but I'm sure the intonation on a garbage guitar is out of whack anyway. I removed all the saddles from the bridge. We're gonna use some of this stuff, turtle wax, to kind of wipe away that brown stuff. Let it kind of get in there. And if I can wipe it away with the sponge, I'll try to. I want to see if I can go find some kind of brush. Alright, I found a little toothbrush. Let's see if it does any good. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm just gonna give it one final cleaning with some of this stuff, and then we'll be ready to put the saddles and the strings on. Alright, we're gonna pop the saddles back on. I'll put them on like halfway, and I'll intonate it afterwards. One more thing, I didn't address this, but this looks like a burn mark. You can see it. So I'm not going to bother trying to really do anything with that. I don't think it's going to come out. It's just burned wood. And there's some discoloration on these, the tuners. I'm not going to worry about that either because it's not a big deal. So let's get strings on it. There it is. Pretty clean. You know, it's not brand new, but it is usable for sure. Got all the strings on. Let's plug this baby in, see how it sounds. thank you guys for watching. And the big question I have is, what should I do with this guitar next? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time.